Oh yeah. Wait a minute, girl, can you slow down? Wait a minute, girl, what's the rush now? I wanna introduce myself to you. My name is one-on-one guy to prefer now. I like the way you put your fists together. I like the way you do your hair in the morning. I see why all the boys want you, girl. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about could the Washington Commanders potentially trade this one specific player. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to check out my new channel, Juan Gotti TV. That link is down below in the description. Thank you so much. Let's get straight to today's video. So, the Washington Commanders, could they potentially trade this player? This player that I'm talking about is Kendall Fuller. And the reason why I say that is because Kendall Fuller is 27 years old, right? He's still pretty young. Alright, he has a ton of experience. He's a Super Bowl champion. The thing is, Washington seems to be going younger at that position. Even though Kendall Fuller is not that old, he has shown some signs of slowing down and not the same Kendall Fuller that once was. Washington Commanders has just drafted another corner in the first round, Emmanuel Forbes, who they hope could groom to be their #1 cornerback. They have Benjamin St. Juste, who I personally think he can be a cornerback one, as long as he stays healthy. He's shown that multiple times. He just has to stay healthy. They got Cameron Danzler, who they signed, who they're hoping that they could potentially turn into something special. They still got Rashad Wild Goose and Danny Johnson. So they got some guys in the cornerback room. They got Quan Martin, who could play safety corner. They got Cam Curl. You know what I'm saying? They got players that can be versatile. Kendall Fuller could potentially be that odd man out. So do we look to trade him at the deadline this upcoming season? Because this is what I'm thinking, right? Let's say Kendall Fuller, we're around the deadline time. Washington sitting around, like, let's say, I don't know, let's just say 5-3 or 5-2 or 6-2, or maybe even 7-2 or something around that area where Washington is right there in the middle of the NFC playoff picture. But they just want to offload a piece to potentially upgrade somewhere else, or maybe get a player back that can help them in another position, or get a draft pick or something. Something that Washington could make a move. Because again, we're getting new ownership. As of late, we haven't really been a deadline kind of team that makes moves. But again, we're going to be under new ownership, so that could definitely change. Kendall Fuller could be having a really good season. However, he knows that Emmanuel Forbes is also having a good season. Benjamin St. Juste is having a good season. You see spurts of Cam Danzler. That's the future right there. So why not offload Kendall, because he's on the last year of his contract? Try to get something for him and send him back to like Kansas City or something. Because I heard about them potentially trading L'Jarius Sneed. I don't know how realistic that is, but maybe send him back to like a team like Kansas City. Send him to a team like Buffalo, Miami, somewhere where a team is also contending, on the other side, right? Or you could also look at it like Washington is struggling out the gates. They need somewhere, they need to turn around it somehow. So let's get some fresh new energy on this team, and let's get rid of a player to help on another position of the team. So they could get rid of Kendall Fuller at the deadline and then upgrade, let's just say, I don't know, offensive line. Because even though we did upgrade the offensive line this year, it's still somewhat slumming. They could potentially do that. I definitely see them potentially trading Kendall Fuller at the deadline. More so than, trading him right now or after the season. Because again, after the season, he's going to be free agent. Now, they could definitely just ride it out with Kendall Fuller. I wouldn't be opposed to that, because right now, I don't think we need anything. But again, that's why I'm saying we're going to do it at the deadline. Because you never know what can happen at the, come deadline time. Injuries could happen, knock on wood, but injuries can happen. Players could be, playing so well that Kendall Fuller doesn't see the field, and he's frustrated with the lack of his playing time, so he potentially wants out. Remember we traded William Jackson last year. We got rid of William Jackson last year, so I wouldn't be surprised if Kendall was one of those guys. You know, again, Kendall is still 27 to be 28. You know, he still can play some quality ball. Thing with Kendall Fuller, and this is why I'm also thinking that he could potentially play, get traded, is Kendall is always off to a slow start. I don't know what it is about September, October with Kendall Fuller, but he always has a slow start. Everybody's on his head calling for his job. Now we actually have somebody that we can trust, or at least we're hoping that we can trust to replace his job, so that when he has that slow start, we don't have to go back to him if we don't want to. So that in years past, who else was you going to put out there? You had to roll with Kendall Fuller. You didn't have nobody that could take his job because William Jackson was slumming. You know, St. Juste is out there, but you don't want to. If you replace Kendall Fuller with St. Juste, you're forced to play Jackson, and Jackson was trash. So you really didn't have no options. Now you got options. Again, St. Juste, Forbes, Cam Danzler, Danny Johnson, Rashad Wildgoose, who's an interesting guy. He's going to be going into his second year, so he's an interesting guy that I would like for us to work with. Tariq Castro-Fields is a guy that I think will be around. I don't expect him to do much, but he could be around. Again, you got the safeties and Quan Martin, who can play slot, who can, do a lot of things for us. So Fuller is a guy that, again, he could be moved. And it could just simply be, we want to get younger, faster, quicker, and, you're not really seeing the field, and we don't want you to just rot away on the roster. Go somewhere. I think Fuller could really go to a super contending team. Like, again, he's in a really good spot, because if he performs well in the first half of the season, all right, he could potentially be traded, or I keep talking about being traded. He could just finish out his last year here and then hit free agency next year. I don't see us resigning Kendall Fuller. It's more of the story. I don't see us resigning him, honestly. But I would prefer us to try to offload him during the middle of the season to potentially get something for him than just let him walk in free agency. Because again, with our moves being made, with getting these young guys, there's no room for Kendall Fuller next year. Honestly, so you might as well try and get something. Like, I could see Kendall Fuller going to like the Jets or something. I don't know who else they have in that secondary besides Sauce. I feel like it's somebody that I should know. But they could go. They can go to the Jets. Like, send him somewhere in the AFC where to a team that is contending. Don't do him dirty and send him to like Pittsburgh, like we sent William Jackson to Pittsburgh last year. But even Pittsburgh wasn't bad. They just wasn't. They just not a super contending team like other teams would be. But again, William Jackson was just trash. So it really didn't matter what we did with him. We were just trying to let him go and get rid of him, however that happened. So. Again, I wouldn't be mad if we actually traded Kendall Fuller. I wouldn't be mad if he stuck around for this final year. I just feel like we'll end up getting to a point, if everything goes well. Now, again, Cam Danzler, he could probably not be nothing, but I'm assuming he's going to be because I see the potential in him. I'm expecting St. Juste to stay healthy, probably something I shouldn't do, but I'm expecting him to. Emmanuel Forbes could potentially be something. I'm already knowing what Danny Johnson can be, but he has another level that he could potentially reach too. So again, guys, there's nothing wrong with Kendall Fuller. Kendall Fuller is not trash, okay? The thing is, it's just a lot of other guys that are going to eventually take his spot because he's younger if everything goes well. So I could see us moving him, and I'm hoping if we do move him, it's to get something at the deadline opposed to just letting him walk in free agency. But that's what I think, and that's what I see. He could potentially be on the trading block. So hopefully we do this thing right, and hopefully we send Kendall Fuller off, at the right time, and he can go somewhere where he could still ball and, play. Because, again, I'm pretty sure, I know he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that shows emotion, but I'm pretty sure he's a guy that's going to feel like he deserves time to play and show what he can do. So if he gets to a point where it's like, I'm healthy, but I'm not playing, I'm not seeing the field, he's probably going to want to ask out. So you might want to just stay on the good side of Kendall Fuller and just do it the right way if that opportunity arises. Now, again, Fuller could definitely be here for the rest of the whole year because someone didn't pan out. I'm just assuming that this could be a move in case these young guys actually do pan out. So again, it's all about what happens in the future. Again, the season isn't even here yet, but I'm just getting you guys prepared for what potentially could happen come trade deadline. So let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. As always, me boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're over to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Do you think Kendall Fuller could get traded at the deadline? Would you trade Kendall Fuller at the deadline, or would you keep him and let him play out his final year on his contract? Leave it all down below. Don't forget to check out Juan Gotti TV. That link is down below in the description. See you guys next time. Peace. Cost me one time, that's gonna get you pop.